Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to our 13th Appalachian Trail video. In this video, we go southbound from Fox Creek, Virginia, back to Damascus. We go southbound this time because when we first got to Damascus, some of our kids called and said they want to come see us, so we hitched a ride 42 miles north of Damascus and hiked backwards until they got there. On our first day, we hiked about 12 miles, which got us all the way to the Grayson Highlands State Park. The park is home to about 150 wild ponies that roam the hillsides. The ponies were brought in 1975 to help control the brush along the bald mountaintops. Most of the ponies seem pretty tame and used to humans, but they are still considered wild since they don't depend on humans for food or water or shelter. Looks like this shelter's taken. Just after you leave the park, headed southbound, you've got to go through an area called the Fat Man Squeeze. We made camp the first night at Rhododendron Gap, which is right about mile marker 500 on the Appalachian Trail. The next day we had more beautiful weather as we hiked another 13 miles south till we got to Lost Mountain Shelter. These honeysuckle plants that we've been seeing for quite a while produce a fruit called a honeysuckle apple. They taste like an apple, except without the sugar. We saw a few snakes on this section of the trail. Somebody's gonna have to help me out with what this one is. It's a long, kind of brown snake with a little bitty head. Write in the comments what kind of snake it is, if you know. For those that have been asking, Micah's feet have been doing a lot better since she got these new shoes. But she's got about 400 miles on them and they've about had it. She had to stitch them up so she could make it back into town. As we head further south, closer to Damascus, the Appalachian Trail crosses paths with the Virginia Creeper Trail. It's a bike path that runs from White Top, Virginia to Abington, Virginia, about 34 miles. It's one of the biggest tourist attractions in Damascus. There's multiple businesses in town that'll drive you to the top of White Top Mountain, give you a bicycle, and you can ride all 17 miles back into Damascus, and most of it's downhill. On our last night out during this section, we stopped at a creek along the Virginia Creeper Trail, about 6 miles north of Damascus. We camped right along next to the creek, and we could hear the peaceful flowing of the water all night. The next morning, we hiked the 6 miles back into Damascus and hung around town till our kids came and picked us up. While the kids were here for the week, we did a short hike up the Channel State Forest. It's about 8 miles north of Abington, Virginia, and it's about a 3.5 mile hike from the parking lot. After you pass the old fire tower, you enter a maze of sandstone boulders and crevices.
Go up there now, but also there's a really deep dark cave that needs something to explore with. I'll make it up.
We also did the Virginia Creeper Trail from White Top Mountain, 17 miles downhill to Damascus. Here's another one of the really large snakes that we saw during this section. You're also welcome to put in the comments what kind of snake this is as well. Hello. And of course, we had to go back to Grayson Highlands to see the ponies. Thanks to everybody who's watched this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can get more updates on our Appalachian Trail journey to Maine. In our next video, we'll be going from Fox Creek, Virginia, and heading north.